Las Vegas. The crowds have been strong over all 3 nights. Great racing. The SEMA show that you've probably heard about, the specialty aftermarket show, all the hot trick stuff that you can get for your car going on here in Las Vegas. It's the 2nd largest convention held in this town every year. So a lot of motorsports people in town, and a lot of them out here tonight watching the races. The suite next door to us is loaded with who's who in the world of professional motorsports, out watching the season finale for the Pennzoil World of Outlaws. Set to go green. Sammy on the gas. Boy, Herrera really bounced his way through turn 1. Schatz comes chasing after, slamming Sammy. To the bottom goes Donnie in the yellow and blue machine.
Saw Sammy get a little, hit that bump, a little sideways, and Schatz had to pitch his car sideways to keep from hitting him. But, you know, Donnie actually passed, we saw it in our video earlier, actually passed Jeff Swindell on Monday night, and there was a flip and brought the restart. They had to restart and put him back behind. He possibly could have won Monday night.
Saldana and Shepard running in the battle for 3rd. But boy, Donnie Schatz is giving Sammy everything he can handle right now.
Well, you heard Shepard talk about riding the bull, that bucking Bronco, and that's
man, again, Donnie has to check
yep,
it.
Sammy
gets out of line.
Same hole Sammy hit earlier. And then when you saw when Donnie checked up and he got back on the throttle, he pulled the front wheels up.
Saldana holds on to 3rd in that red 17. Shepard right behind him, the white 4J.
This is the kind of racetrack you don't want when you have a broken hand, rough and heavy like this.
White flag is out. Can Schatz get him to the inside of Sammy? Coming off a 2. Down the backstretch. It's a horsepower race. Sammy moves down on him a little bit. Schatz doesn't lift. He slides up a little bit. And Sammy, with a great move down the backstretch, is going to pull off the win.
Moved down just enough to take Donnie's line so he couldn't get the nose under him and squeeze up in front of him 3 and 4.
Took that momentum away, didn't he?
Yep. All those years of experience right there for Sammy. Just moved down just enough to.
One of the best in the business to ever drive a sprint car. Slamming Sammy Swindell showed you what veteran experience is all about. What a move. Didn't have to go far. Didn't make it dangerous. Just went enough. He knew to take the momentum away from Donnie Schatz, who just got a valuable lesson.
And he didn't panic when Donnie showed him the nose down in 1 and 2, did what he had to do.
Good move by Donnie, though, not to lift either. He just changed his line and stuck with it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Pretty good move by the. Do you think Schatz has a chance?
Oh, I think, yeah, definitely Schatz has a chance. And I mean, you could hit that interview earlier. He is fired up. He's ready.
And don't be surprised if Jeff Swindell comes from a ways back. He's done it before. Here's your grid. Sammy Swindell, who won here last night with the youngster Donnie Schatz alongside. Joey Saldana and Jeff Shepard looking to impress in the 4J. Johnny Herrera and Danny Lasowski in row number 3. Jeff Swindell won here Monday night. Can he do it again on Wednesday? Randy Hannigan will line up alongside of him. Stevie Smith and Paul McMahon in row 5. Craig Hodnett and Dean Jacobs in the 6th row. Row 7 will be P.J. Chasson and the new 1999 Pennzoil World of Outlaw champion Mark Kinzer. Steve Kinzer in row 8 with James Chesson. Craig Delansky and Tim Schaefer in row number 9. Kenny Jacobs, Terry McCarl in the 10th row. Brooke Tatnell and Casey Kane in row 11. Frankie Kerr and Bud Kading in row 12. And Andy Hillenberg and Darren Pittman rounding out the field.
You may be right about Donnie Schatz. He is in a hurry to get back to the tables.
Yes, sir.
That's the motivating factor for this youngster. I mean, he's got those coins that are silver on the outside and gold in the middle with 100 on them, and he's just pouring them out of a sock.
Bobby Gerald, you're pouring coins like that out of your sock?
Well, we made a few wagers on the ball games, but that's another story. Let's talk about Paul McMahon and the U2 as we get ready to go 4 abreast for the final time this season. Paul and his wife Jan and their 2 children are packing up and moving for the year 2000 to Bristol, Indiana. That's where they will call their central location, and he will be back in the U2 car once again for Warren Johnson.
Yeah, Bobby and Jan told me she is not shoveling snow. She's leaving that up to Paul.
That's correct. That's correct. And Paul says he has no problem with that because he's always had the dream of being a full-time racer. And Brad, one more thing. We were talking about heroes earlier, and I asked Paul who his heroes were. He said Jimmy Boyd, who won the first World of Outlaws race, and his other hero, Brad Doty.
Wow, I appreciate that.
Buy the book.
The final 4 wide salute to the fans for 1999. Here they are, the greatest show on dirt, the Pennzoil World of Outlaws.
Wow, you can feel the compression as they go by, and the sounds like thunder, all these horsepower out there. Wow.
800 horsepower, alcohol-burning cars weighing in about 1,100 pounds. They are awesome pieces of machinery, Dave Reef.
They certainly are, Ralph Shaheen. Stevie Smith credits the 3 back-to-back wins as being his highlights for 1999, but did say that at 5 races leading, they did fall out this year. So what they are doing for the year 2000 is supplementing their own engine program by adding Klein engines. So they are looking forward to some more success in the year 2000.
Yeah, and they actually have a Kreiner in it tonight. They ran out of their own and got so backed up in all the racing they're doing, they couldn't build engines, so they had to buy a Kreiner.
What a way to finish the greatest Outlaw season ever on a racetrack that really is a great equalizer here. The Mopar can't use all of their power. The track won't take it. I mean, this is terrific, I think. As long as it's a good, safe race, it's terrific.
It is. A track like this is a lot, puts it more back into the driver's hands, because you've heard the guy say you got to be tight down the straightaway so you don't spin the tires, but you got to be loose to get through the corner. Well, that's impossible. You can't have a tight loose race car. Yeah. So it's up to the driver to find the line or move the car around, to run the throttle pedal different, ride the brake a little different. It really brings it back to the driver more on a racetrack like this.
And no one has better car control than a man who sits on the pole, Sammy Swindell.
And he's also one of the most fearless drivers to strap into a sprint car. Let's see, can he do it 2 nights in a row? Sammy Swindell leads him to the green flag. Great jump by Schatz, and Sammy slips all the way back to 3rd. Shepard comes up to take 2nd.
Could that be his tire choice, Brad?
Well, yeah, it could be. It just, but mostly probably not tire selection as much as chassis setup. But we talked about the veterans and stuff. Sammy won't let that shake him right now. It's a long race. He knows these guys in front of him are young. Oh, Brooke Tatnall has a
will bring out a yellow.
That thing, it's either got a left rear tire or a wheel off, or the suspension problem broke the way the left rear corners dropped down there. Now, if we didn't get a complete lap in, that'll put Sammy back up front for a complete restart. But I think we might have got a complete lap in.
Well, that'll be up to the Outlaw officials. They're saying on our scoring monitor 1 lap.
You think about Donnie Schatz, the confidence builder that was Manzanita.
Oh, yeah.
To win both nights.
Yep.
That was just, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, just 2 weeks ago, and on a similar track to this. Big.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, well, yeah, Manzanita's big half mile and a lot of speed.
Well, Sammy has already gotten 1 victory here this week. Let's take a look at our Tuesday night highlights from right here in Las Vegas. It all begins with the C main. Watch the number 6 once they get underway. Sparky Howard, the red car, going upside down. On to the A main we go. Big first lap crash that took out a lot of names. Watch Sammy Swindell and Craig Delansky on the front row. Contact right there, and then everybody gets collected. Danny Wood, Delansky, Chesson Brothers, Mark Kinzer, Andy Hillenberg, all involved in this one.
Expensive night for the Chessons.
Wow.
His dad there.
We get going again, and Sammy in the channel lock number 1 bounces his way through turn 3, takes the checkered flag, and wins the Tuesday night feature. No wing dance like his younger brother, but a victory nonetheless. And we're back to live action now. They are saying it is 1 official lap completed. Donnie Schatz is your leader. Shepard is 2nd. Sammy is 3rd. Saldana 4th. Herrera 5th.
You know, we've been talking about the track being a little bit rough tonight. Compared to the last couple nights, the track's in good shape tonight.
It's your kitchen floor.
Is that video? We could see how bad it was.
Bobby Gerald.
They have just brought Brooke Tatnall's car over into the pit area right now, but I want to talk to you one more time about Joey Saldana out there in car number 17. It is worth repeating that he is driving, again, with a broken knuckle and a broken finger. It's very painful. He came in last night. His face was as white as a ghost, but his car is in good shape because he's being taken care of by his crew chief, Rob Hart, and his new wife, Kathy. They were just recently married in Indiana about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we're now affectionately referring to the team not only as Mox Motorsports, but Married Motorsports.
And you can see him holding his hand down, Brad.
trying to get it down there, maybe get the blood circulating and stuff, but it's been very painful. I was with him the other night. We took gray tape, duct tape, and twisted it around the steering wheel, trying to get him a better grip on that so he didn't have to squeeze the steering wheel so hard.
Ralph, you played a little ball. If that was a football injury, would they shoot him up and a little cortisone into the joint? Or, I mean,
Well, I guess in some of the professional sports nowadays, some of the professional stick and ball sports, they're doing things during intermissions or half times or what have you to help ease the pain for the players so that they can continue on. Some guys are just incredibly stout and strong. Steve Young, for example, it's amazing what that guy can go through and continue to play. Hockey players doing it every night, even in the NBA and Major League Baseball. It's not surprising to see that these guys in the world of Outlaws are no less an athlete than a Steve Young or some of the top other stick and ball players. So to see a Joey Saldana soldier on like that, Brad, doesn't surprise me at all. They're just as driven.
Yeah, and you know, the speeds and stuff they're running, I mean, he's even afraid to take too many Tylenol or anything, afraid to affect his performance
Absolutely.
in the race car.
Getting back to green. Speed's coming up. Shots takes him to the line. Shepard cuts down hard to the bottom. Another good move to the bottom in 3, and he's got the lead. Jeff Shepard, but Shots comes right back, Steve.
oh, man. A man possessed both of these young guys. They've got Sammy Swindell in their wake. They know it, and they're going to try to keep him there.
Yep, when you saw Shepard bounce through the hole in front, that gave Donnie the opportunity to turn it and get back under him.
Sammy's up to 3rd. Herrera runs in 4th, and Lasowski has moved back up to 5th. He was in 6th just a lap or so ago. Boy, Shots is really charging.
Mark Kenzer has gone from 14th to 9th.
Maybe that new R&D Mopard will bring him up to the front. You can see them bouncing through turns 1 as you look at Stevie Smith and Schaefer and Hannigan all battling deep in the field. That's a fight back in 11th right now. On board the nettaxi.com as Schaefer slides by in front of Hannigan as they're fighting for 12.
Schaefer trying to keep that Freightliner, man.
With that in-car camera, it's a great shot. Look at the brown dirt. That's wet, sticky clay. Now this black, shiny stuff is so slick. It's like running on ice.
And the stuff that's not hitting the camera lens is hitting them in the helmet.
Right. What you see there is hitting them right in the tear-offs and right in front of the shield. That they'll have to keep that clear.
The King, Steve Kinzer, slides through. Danny Lasowski, a flat left rear tire.
Yep. The dude may be done.
And he'll bring out a yellow.
Now, on a rough racetrack like this, what probably happened there, the bead lock is on the outside of the rim, and they probably peeled the tire off from the inside of the rim.
When we come back, we'll have an opportunity to watch Danny's crew go to work on this Beefpackers number 83. Is there Bobby Gerald is there?
That's right. It's Craig Stevens, Mark Ellis, the crew chief, and Jack Hickman Jr. down here, along with some members of Randy Hannigan's team, the nettaxi.com team. Apparently, the dude got into a rut, and that popped that left rear tire. They have the new left rear in place. Donnie Gravy, World of Outlaws officials, telling them right now, hustle up, we need to go. They just got it locked down and a push truck in behind him right now. The dude will be back out.
And looking to get pushed off. And I guarantee you, Tony Stewart sitting next door to us on the radio is riding him right now.
What'd you do? Why'd you peel that tire off?
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you see that hole?
Oh, yeah.
It never ends.
He's
with
all
those
over him.
It's amazing how much easier it is up here in the booth, you know, watching than it is when you're sitting in the seat.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's interesting. Just before the race, my cell phone went off, and I answered it. And it was Buddy Baker, legendary stock car racer, TNN broadcaster. And he wanted to remind everybody that today is Ralph Shaheen's birthday.
Buddy Baker, you know, I know you're watching, Baker, and that's pretty funny because what we've been doing, oh, that's good. That's really good. And Baker is howling right now. Folks, I'm letting you in on a little joke. And then the CBS TNN family is, I'll have to tell you later. We're going great. Good joke, Baker. We're racing. Oh, down the backstretch goes Donnie Shots.
With a huge lead, pulled right away from Jeff Shepard.
Boy, Shots is something. He is shot out of a cannon is what he is.
Now the 2 car there, Brent Kading, he's a lap car.
Brent just won another NARC championship, his 11th. Congratulations to him. Shots, man.
Man, he is flying. I mean, look, the racetrack's moving up. Look how smooth it looked through that corner. They're getting above the holes now.
As we go back in the field, there's Mark Kinzer, the Mopar, the new champ, chasing Jeff Swindell, who won here on Monday, fighting it out for 6th position. They've got 5 new R&D engines that they're going to work on over the winter. Daniel Lasowski pulling off into the infield. The 83 done for the 99 season.
He didn't want it to end that way. Oh, man.
No. What a great season this crew has had. Daniel, the dude Lasowski, gave Mark Kinzer all they could handle in 99. He'll finish second in the championship chase.
And I'll tell you, the dude may have sold as many T-shirts and souvenirs as anybody. He's got a huge, huge fan following.
Herrera is up to second. Shepard slips back to third. Sammy runs fourth. Saldana is fifth. As we go on board with Hannigan, he currently runs 14th. McMahon comes sliding through in front of him.
Did you see his car? The front wheels were off the ground. Hannigan's car, he bounced through the hole as Casey Kane and Hodnett both go by.
Yep, and look, did you see the brake rotors on Kane's car just glowing red? And we got another car slow down the backstretch.
Looks like
It's Jacobs in the 18 car, brings out the yellow.
And poor Donnie Schatz is saying, oh, man, there goes my lead again. But at least he gets a clear racetrack.
Yeah, he's probably the only one that doesn't like to see these yellows on a racetrack like this. It gives these guys a chance to rest and catch their breath.
Did you see Jacobs trying to clear all the mud off the visor? He might be out of tear-offs.
And for new fans, the yellow flags do not count in these short races.
Look
Sure
how he's
is.
trying to get all that dirt off.
Scraping that mud. He ran out of tear-offs, and it's actually, and that might be why he stopped. He couldn't see.
Could be, because I don't see any flat tires.
Nope.
And he's not going to give up, is he?
Well, when he got mudded up so bad that he literally had to stop and try to clean that off. He couldn't do it at race speeds.
Now, I got to ask you. Usually, when you see dirt on a window or whatever, and you wipe it without water or anything to clean it with, you just smudge it all up. What happens on the visor? Do you make it worse?
Yeah, basically the same thing. It smears. It just smears so bad.
And you can't lift it up, can you, Bobby?
No, you can't. And let's find out a more definitive word on Danny Lasowski. Here's Mark Ellis, his crew chief. And Mark, what happened there to force the dude out?
Track's a little rough tonight, and he got down in there and just hooked a rut and got the tire and probably bent the axle a little bit, and it just vibrates. So it's better off he just pulled it in.
A vibration a little bit too bad here tonight, Ralph. That's the story for the dude.
Veteran move.
Well, but we saw Kading break an axle and get in the wall, and now we hear Danny bending an axle on a rough racetrack. Some of those lightweight pieces are coming back to
But
haunt
a veteran move to know, know what's better and to save your race car and yourself.
Yeah.
So you go chase the championship the next year.
Starting on the back like that, there's no use risking it.
Glenn Sanders, a friend of mine who makes a lot of these axles, said guys are coming in and wanting them rifle board, all right to the center, more than ever, to take maybe 8 or 10 ounces out of an axle.
Yeah, they're getting them so thin. I mean, they're like I said, to bend on a rough racetrack like that was unheard of just a few years ago.
Now, they're talking about instigating a weight rule at Knoxville. Ralph Capitani and the folks talking about doing that. But they're talking more about just bolting weight onto a car as opposed to taking care of lightweight parts. What do you think?
Well, no, they're saying the no bolt on weight. Like the All-Star stuff, you're not allowed to bolt weight on the race car. Now, I talked to some guys that run some series that have weight rules with no bolt on weight. And there's ways to fudge that, too. And
always ways around it.
Yeah, there's always ways around it.
Dave Reeve?
Well, Ralph, even though the championship is not in contention, there is some points implications, and it surrounds Stevie Smith right now running in 4th. Sammy Swindell, Johnny Herrera behind him in 5th and 6th, has only 37 points rather, separate those drivers. So Stevie Smith definitely got to get on the gas here to try to hold on to number 4.
That one will not get a restart.
Nope, 11 laps to go out of 30.
Steve, every one of those positions makes a big difference in that paycheck you're going to get tomorrow night over at Monte Carlo.
Let me correct what he just said. There are 12 laps in the book. Yeah, it absolutely will. And there's a ton of money for the Benzo World of Outlaws. You're emceeing that banquet at the lovely Monte Carlo. Should be a ton of fun.
Looking forward to it.
Do they all wear tuxes?
Just me, apparently, tomorrow night.
You're kidding.
No. What are you going to do? Ted says wear a tux, you wear a tux. By the way, I got to tell you that Baker story real quick.
Yeah.
Everywhere we go with CBS and TNN and our NASCAR Winston Cup coverage, we always fake Buddy Baker birthday. It's become a big joke. I got him on an airplane once, hysterical, got everybody laughing. He gets me back tonight. Way to go, buddy.
He didn't really call.
You just, oh, you know what? You're even worse, Evans. Boy.
Mike Joy told me today at the Senior Show.
Oh, now, okay. Same part of the same family. That's great. I'm sure Mike is howling in his hotel room.
What a tuna, Shane. Baker did.
Yeah, they got the hook in deep. All right, we're getting set to go back to green. Donnie Schatz looking to get the biggest jackpot of the week if he can hold on and get a win here. Good jump, Brad. Good
Yep.
jump for Schatz.
Good jump. Herrera cleared the lap car of Chesson going into turn 1 real easy.
Look at Mark Kinzer boxed in behind Brent Kading. He's got Schaefer right behind him, and the Ingersoll Rand car, Stevie Smith, goes high, and Mark slides through.
Frankie Kerr there slow at the bottom of the screen.
Jeff Swindell just in front of him. That's all fighting around in 6th position. Up front, a battle for the lead. Herrera in the 1BK has caught our leader, Donnie Schatz, in the Parker Stores machine. Schatz bounces through turn 2, but Steve Herrera's right on him.
All right, this looks like more like the Baja. I mean, this could be Iron Man.
It is. One of Chesson.
I think that was the 76 car.
PJ.
PJ,
Yes.
he's to the inside. Will stay green for now. Past the halfway, and Brent Kading slows in the 2M. This one will probably bring out a yellow because he's on the outside.
Yeah, the rough racetrack, taking the attrition here levels. Cars just can't take the pounding and the beating.
It's not Brent, it's Bud Kading in the 29.
Brad, after
He
a
must
race like this, do you have to really strip these cars down and take a look at every component, every weld, to make sure that they're still safe and ready to race?
Well, they kind of pretty much do that after every race anyway,
that's
Steve.
true.
They go through them. See, I saw the
I saw the 2 on the roof there. I thought it was Brent. That's Brent's wing.
Yep.
Is what it is.
After he turned over, he put Brent's wing on it, and that's what we saw in the earlier shot.
Well, it's only 20 minutes of 11 here in Las Vegas, in a city that never sleeps, closes down, or has clocks in the casino. So these fans are perfectly content to sit here and enjoy the rest of this race. Those of you in the Eastern time zone, even that have stayed up with us, we appreciate it.
Bobby Gerald.
Here's one of the interested observers. How hard is it for you, Tyler Walker, to watch these sprint cars go around? I know you want to be out there.
Oh man, it's got my blood flowing again. These guys are doing awesome out here. It's like I kind of almost forgot, you know. I show up and I can just hear it, and I see this dust blowing, and I come out and I'm just like, wow, man, this is awesome. I wish I was out there, but I'm running late model this weekend, and I'm just getting used to the heavy cars and trying to take my time, but we don't want to get run over, so I'll let you guys go.
Yeah, we're getting out of the way here as there's some activity coming over here. The 76 car of James Chesson or PJ Chesson's coming over here, as well as the 29 of Bud Kading.
Glad to see that Tyler is taking care of his $5,000 teeth.
A lot of conversations going on about what's happening with Tyler, and I asked him about it last night. For anybody who's been hearing rumors about him or what have you in his stock car career, he told me he is still under contract with the folks at Tyler Jet Motorsports, and he is anxious to get his Busch career off and underway.
Yeah, but I talked to him too. It seemed like his heart's really in sprint car racing. You know, he look at there. There's some more of the shots of the mud being. You talked about being smeared.
Whoa.
Ralph, right there it is. It just
Cakes on.
He's been slimed.
Yeah.
Tyler Walker, the first race we did this year, he came running up to me with this giant smile on his face. He said, "What do you think of my date?" I said, "You got a movie star smile?" He said, $5 grand.
And a green flag for Schatz. Sammy's going way up wide. Schatz. Oh, and Mark Kinzer pulls off. Problems for the Mopar. The new champ pulls to the inside. They were running that R&D problem. There was also talk that they might be having problems with the rear end on that car. Maybe it finally let go. But Johnny Herrera charging to the inside of Schatz.
Boy, hanging right in there.
Schatz moves up a little bit, Brad. What do you see on this racetrack?
A lot of holes. That's what they're trying to utilize them and to their advantage.
Look at Herrera.
Now, whether Schatz has their radio in and their crew are telling him what's going on or not, I don't know. But boy, Herrera hanging right in there and running right through the holes.
We've got the Hodnick car pulling to the bottom two in turn 3. We got 3-car Jacobs parked on the bottom of the backstretch too. 3 cars parked back there. Boy, the attrition rate very high here tonight as Herrera continues to dodge Schatz.
Is there a chiropractor in the house?
Hillenberg battling it out with Hannigan, fighting this battle for 12th position right now. Hillenberg in the Luxair car. Hannigan right behind him in the taxi machine. Paul McMahon just in front of them holds on to 11th in the blue U2. 10 laps to go. Leaders working through traffic. Oh, Darren Pittman almost gets the nose of Schatz. Went right into the backside of the 47.
Well, I was just going to say that the traffic helped Schatz. He pulled away from the 1BK at Herrera, and boy, that gave him a chance to close back up a little bit.
You don't think of 15 miles total being a very long race. They can't wait for this checker to come out. We've got 8 laps to go for the leaders.
Did you see how far up off the racetrack Schatz' car came bounding through there?
Yeah, and look what it did, too. It gave Tatnell a chance to come back up on him, but oh, my goodness.
Almost total daylight showing up underneath Schatz' car as he goes inside Hannigan's onboard camera. Watch that 15 bounce around and tell me you can't see total daylight under those wheels.
Again, this is so physically demanding for the drivers because you're so loose and squirrely on the straightaways and then bouncing like that through the holes in the corners.
Now, what happens if that car gets completely airborne and he's flat on the gas and he spins those tires?
You can over-rev it. Yeah, they could over-rev it and tag a valve on the piston and lose a cylinder.
It may be
blow
hard
the engine.
It may be hard on equipment, may be hard on drivers. It makes great television.
Oh, I'm loving this. They call it the greatest show on dirt as Shepherd pulls the front wheels up. Tatnell comes to a slow on the outside wall. That would bring out a yellow if he can't pull it down.
Look at that. Shots bouncing through those holes. Just steadily pulling away.
Yellow. With 5 to go.
Whoa, baby.
Now, again, these yellows give these guys a chance to flip their visor up and get some cool air. There's Dave Yingst, Donnie Schatz's crew chief.
We do not count laps under yellow with the Pennzoil World of Outlaws. We will race these last 5 laps under green.
It always finishes under green.
Boy, and Schatz had such a huge lead. Now look at that right there's the 1BK car.
Now he's down on the bottom a little bit, Brad, checking things out. There's our 1999 Pennzoil World of Outlaw champion, the 2-time champ, Mark Kinzer, and his Mopar machine. Out of this one tonight due to mechanical troubles.
He'll be standing tall tomorrow night on that stage with you, Ralph.
Oh, boy. It's going to be a big night at the Monte Carlo.
Working on his helmet there, too. I wonder if maybe he just got mudded up and pulled in.
Frankie Kerr is into the infield in the 23S. Dean Jacobs is out of this one. Or I should... Yep. Now make that Kenny Jacobs. I'm sorry. Dean, we saw have problems, and Hodnett in Guy Forbrook's 5 car is out.
That's 7 cars. It's amazing.
Danny Lasowski is out.
And none of them really wrecked. You know, they just broke stuff.
That's the view from Danny Lasowski's car as it's ready to be loaded into the trailer for the final time. Dave Reeve.
Well, Ralph, it didn't take Lou Patain long to don on some championship headgear as the Vice President of Motorsport Operations for Mopar joins me right now. And boy, how about it? What a year for you guys.
Well, I tell you, we can't be any more proud of the Mopar team, the Kinzer family. You know, when Mopar made a decision to build that all-new aluminum engine for the World of Outlaws program, a lot of people questioned why we did it. But I got to be honest with you, you know, we couldn't be prouder of the engineers back in Detroit and the Kinzer family. It's bringing home this championship for the first time ever for Mopar.
The expectations were very, very high, but did you honestly think you could come out and debut a piece like that with the championship?
Well, I got to tell you, you know, we always believe that we can do it. All the people back in Detroit believed that the possibility was there, but I got to tell you, I probably wasn't prouder than I was the night that we won the Knoxville race. You know, when you go into a race, odds are about 160 to 1 with one Mopar there, and we came home with the win. You know, it really just makes the whole year come into perspective.
Congratulations on a successful year.
Well, thanks for all the fans. It really means a lot to us.
Bob Gerald.
Dave, here's Dave Yingst, who is the crew chief for Donnie Schatz, and we've seen a lot of attrition. You guys going to be all right here for the last 5?
Well, I hope so. The track's rough in spots, but car's working well, and Donnie's driving an excellent race, making all the right moves so far.
He seems like he's driving the wheels off it, moving up higher and higher.
Absolutely. When he has to move down and get through the traffic, he's doing it, and he's running the high line real good. Hope things work out.
Dave Yingst has been key to this team, as you well know, joining up late in the season last year, and they've been faster ever since he came on board.
They've been very strong, Bobby, at the back half of the season, and from the way they're going right now, they could be strong at the beginning of the year 2000. Maybe championship contenders practicing here.
With a clear racetrack, Donnie Schatz once again pulls the trigger.
Here's the battle between Schaefer's Vibrant 11 and the Ingersoll Rand 19 of Smith. And boy, what a move he makes on Saldana for 6th.
Yeah, Saldana probably just trying to hang on, use that one good hand and just try to get through this one.
Battles continue. Casey Kane in the 23 car having a real good run. He's taken over 7th.
Again, seeing how rough it is, right through the middle. Some of the guys running way up around the outside.
Steve Kinzer in 10th, trying to get 9th from Saldana as Schaefer takes over a spot.
Yeah, Saldana just following back through this late in the race.
He's just hanging on, isn't he, Brad?
Yep. And barely with one hand.
Yep. White flag is out for our leader, Donnie Schatz.
Boy, does he deserve this one.
Man, what an awesome performance. Saldana moves to the bottom, and Donnie Schatz, who's been on an absolute tear the back half of the 1999 season, is going to take the final checkered flag of the year here in Las Vegas. What a tremendous performance has been brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Drive in, drive out, drive on. Well, we have thrown the final checkered flag, and what a great momentum boost it's got to be for our winner, Donnie Schatz. Let's go down to victory lane.
Donnie Schatz, that was a drive that you earned right there, a win that you earned. Congratulations. How proud of yourself are you the way you finished the season?
Boy, I'll tell you what, we've come on real strong the end of the season. You know, we struggled the middle of the year, but boy, this team, they turned up the heat the last couple races here. You know, we wanted to win here the other night, and we definitely wanted to win last night, but tonight's the night we got, and we're happy with it. I got to thank my whole team. Them guys been busting their butt all year, and you know, I haven't given them a lot of credit, but boy, oh boy, they got us here tonight. That racetrack was really rough. I didn't know what to expect there. With 5 to go, I knew my right rear wheel was packed with mud, and you know, I didn't know if the vibration was going to throw me off, but I was either going to win it or wear it, and we won her.
Well, Johnny Herrera was giving you a stiff challenge there earlier in the race.
Yeah, well, I got out front real early. You know, that start wasn't the greatest start. You know, Sammy, I guess he didn't want to go, and he wanted me to lead the race for a while. And second place is the best place to be in lap traffic. And I was diddling around on the top of the racetrack, and it wasn't the fastest place to be. And you know, I just didn't know how to get through the holes right, and I accidentally hit it one lap, and I tried to do that every lap, and thank God we made it 30 laps.
He's breathing hard, but he is a winner, and he earned it, Dave Reef.
Well, Johnny Herrera had a very solid second place tonight. And it sounds like maybe the yellows are what cost you a chance to win this.
Well, I tell you, in long runs, we were a little bit, you know, our tire came in pretty good for us there. We caught all them cautions. We went with a little harder tire than Donnie did. We went with the 25C, he went with the 20, and, you know, there, the longer, he just kept getting away from us. But the 1BK Networks car, I tell you, worked pretty good. We had a good weekend here. You know, last time we had a little bad luck, but overall, we've had a really good year. I want to thank my car owner and all my sponsors, you know, for, you know, fielding the team this year, and they've done a real good job with us.
Car looked like it stumbled maybe a little bit on restarts. Donnie able to stretch that back out?
No, again, that comes back to the harder tire. I mean, he had a little softer tire on than I did, and just got to hold the racetrack. I went with the, like I said, I went with the C, went with the 20, and it just gave him a little bit more grip on the starts, and he got away a little bit.
Well, great job tonight, and best of luck next year.
Thank you.
Bob Gerald?
Jeff Shepard, a third-place finish tonight. That ought to put a smile on your face.
Yeah, it's not bad after the struggles we've been having the last couple races. You know, hats off to Donnie and Johnny for running through the holes like that. I ran through the holes as best I could, and I just don't feel like we had a lot of speed tonight, and I don't know why. But, you know, I got a lot of help from Jack Hoddenshield's mechanic, Bonsai, and Jack, hope you're feeling better. And the deal with that, it just helped us out for the whole weekend, so I'm happy about it.
Congratulations to you, Jeff. Ralph, we will see Jeff Shepard hopefully a lot more next year on TNN.
Absolutely. Gotta love the saying, win it or wear it. Yeah. Donnie Schatz, our winner here tonight. He's going to be wearing a big victory smile in the casinos tonight. Johnny Herrera comes home second. Shepard off to a good run. Those are three guys that carry a lot of momentum over the wintertime. Steve Kinzer comes home in 10th. But wait till you see all the names that finished way back and out of this, as we had a lot of attrition here tonight. Randy Hannigan comes home in 12th. Kenny Jacobs, he had problems here tonight. Lasowski had problems. Mark Kinzer had problems. Amazing, the big names that struggled here tonight.
Yeah, the rough racetrack was taking its toll, that's for sure.
Well, it's been a tremendous season with the Pennzoil World of Outlaws. Let's take a look back through some great video of the 1999 Pennzoil World of Outlaws season.
Closing words.
We sure hope you've enjoyed the 1999 Pennzoil World of Outlaws season, brought to you right here on TNN. Experience Country.com, your personal source for all things country, from race cars to country stars. Connect at Country.com. We'll see you live with the greatest show on dirt next March.